It was 1913 in Russia, and an innocent Jew named Rav Mendel Beilis was accused by the government of a typical blood libel. It became a well-known incident, and when he went to trial after Yom Kippur in the year 1913, it ended up that it wasn't Mendel Beilis that was on trial, but it was Kol HaTorah Kula. And those who were accusing Mendel Beilis were accusing HaKadosh Baruch Hu and accusing the Torah of having it out to get all of the non-Jews, all of the Goyim, the Christians, etc., etc. So when Rav Meir Shapiro, the Lubliner Rav who would later become Rosh Hashiva of Chachmei Lublin, he understood the arguments that they were going to make, and he told the Rav that was going to be in charge of defending HaKadosh Baruch Hu and his Torah, that when they say, Adam, ki yamus ba'ohel, that only Klal Yisrael are referred to as Adam, the Goyim say, how could it be that a Jew who dies, so he's metame ba'ohel? If a Goy dies, then the body is not metame ba'ohel. And the answer is because the pasuk says, Adam ki yamus ba'ohel. And the Chazal say, Adam, atem kriyim Adam, v'lohem kriyim Adam. That a Jew is referred to as Adam, and the non-Jews are not referred to as Adam. Understood incorrectly, that could be a great offense, and the Goyim used that to attack HaKadosh Baruch Hu and his Torah and the Gemara. Shemir Lublin, see, he said that what you have to tell them is the following: Kol Yisrael Revim Zelazeh, that Klal Yisrael have a responsibility towards one another. Not only do we have a responsibility towards one another, but when one Jew does something, that is also the responsibility of every other Jew. And the Jews are different from every other nation. Because every other nation, if there's one Jew in trouble someplace, there's one non-Jew in trouble someplace, so the rest of the non-Jews, maybe his family cares, his city cares, maybe even a little beyond that, his friends, wherever they may be. But it's not like his entire nation, his entire people feel that they have been impacted. Masha'en Kain is not the case when it comes to the Jewish people. When it comes to the Yidden, Atem Krim Adam, we are one person. And when one Jew is in trouble in the Ukraine in 1913, that means that all the Jews are in trouble. And when one Jew is accused, all of the Jews are accused. And we are one unit, just like we were at Har Sinai, Ki ish echad b'leiv echad. And therefore, Adam refers only to the Jewish people, because only the Jewish people are that one, that united, that we have that type of impact on one another. It's not derogatory, it's just that we're the only nation that's like that. Kol Yisrael Revim Zelazeh. And the Goyim use it against us. And if one Jew does something, then the entire Jewish people are guilty. In this week's parsha, you have a mitzvah that on the surface seems to be just a halacha and yeredeya, some type of chayk. That a mother and its offspring, you can't shecht on the same day. A chok. Some want to say that the idea behind it is a type of genocide. It's as if you're wiping out the entire family. But at the end of the day, the mitzvah means that if you have a person shechting an animal in one place in the world, and the offspring is in another place of the world, so another Jew is not allowed to shecht the child. They may have no knowledge of the mother being shechted. They may be on opposite sides of the world and other continents, but it doesn't make a difference. That mitzvah, says the Oznayim Torah, teaches us that when one Jew does, wherever he may find himself in the world, impacts every other Jew. When one Jew shechts in one place in the world, so there's another Jew that doesn't even know him, and doesn't even know that it happened, but it impacts him and he now cannot shecht the child, the offspring of that mother. That's how connected we are. We are called Adam. We are one people, and even though we may find ourselves, each one in our homes, and we're not ready yet, in the Kadosh Baruch Hu's eyes, to be back together in shul and schools and yeshivas yet, but nonetheless, I always like to think that when we have a Shabbos Mevarchin and we say Chaverim Kol Yisrael, that it may be a difficult thing to try and bring back together people that are spread all over our Kanfos Haaretz. To take separate parts all over the place and put them back together sounds like a great challenge. But Chaverim Kol Yisrael, not just that we're friends, but Chaverim, that there's a chibur, that wherever any Jew may find himself, is connected to every other Jew in the world. every other Jew, wherever you are, should have a good Shabbos. And Mir Hashem, all those that I know very well, we should see each other and be together very soon. Shabbos.